This is energy. This is blockchain.
Hey, what's up,
What's going on?
How you doing?
Doing good.
Yeah?
And am I live? How do I look?
Oh, you look great.
We are all actually Bitcoiners. Then we have our second tier. You know, it's like Litecoin or DigiByte or Verge or whatever. But if anybody from the outside hits Bitcoin, we're all like, hey, hey, don't touch Bitcoin. You know, Bitcoin's our boy. The force is strong with DigiByte community. Every video I do, there's someone like, hey Ben, what about DigiByte? And I'm like, I like DigiByte. You guys act like I don't. Hodlet launches in about a month and a half. They are the replacement for Coinbase. It's what Coinbase should have been. Creating an app where you purchase your cryptocurrencies at almost half the cost of what Coinbase charges you, and they have a roundup feature where you link your existing credit cards to the app, and as you live your life, you round up your change. That change accumulates, and it actually buys cryptos of your choice on the Hodlet app. Right. The mass adoption is we're almost to the edge of it. I'm an old Midwest guy that drives a truck, and I'm crypto crazy. I'm like the opposite of like these young, good-looking guys. All right, maybe not you, but you're good looking, but I can tell your age. No, it's really once cryptocurrencies have reached like the average Joe truck driver, that's when you know you're this close. 2017 was a practice run. 2018, we are creating the system. We are putting in the building blocks.
Yeah, it's been in the news for the last
It has been. So
who knows what he's talking about, Backed? Yeah, ICE, all that stuff. Most of you guys. It's kind of scary. I'm still trying to wrap my hands around it because we're talking about different solutions for crypto, for people to be able to buy crypto easily and have means of liquidity. But at the same time, like, I'm an old school guy who kind of hates banks at the same time because of what they've done since 1913 in taking over the money supply. And most people don't realize the hidden taxes is inflation, that every second that you're sitting in the seat, every dollar in your pocket's losing value, which is really troubling because we don't get a say in how our money supply works. Finally, with blockchain we do is we're actually participating in governance and things like that. So on one hand, you have this company that's going to make it easy for all of us to buy crypto and invest in it. But at the same time, it feels like it's for institutions. These are the people that they're really catering to now. Even Coinbase, it's not about me and you being able to buy crypto easily. It's about the institutions. And you'll be able to buy it with your ETF, and your futures, and through your job and your funds. But at the same time, I was a guy who sold my 401k, sold my stock, sold everything, and put it in crypto because I wanted to get behind a real system of money. So what troubles me is that we talk about education, we talk about all these things, but people aren't educated about money. And I never learned about the history of money in school. I learned how to balance a checkbook, but most people don't get that these days at all. So you have these people who have had a hand in owning the New York Stock Exchange, and New York Stock Exchange has a quarter of the world's stocks trading on it. A quarter of the world, and they own like 16 other exchanges? 26 other exchanges. So these guys pretty much, yeah, it sucks. So it's kind of like Coinbase in the sense that if you buy there, it's not going to be imprinted on the blockchain. All the trading that happens in it is not going to be on the blockchain, which means when you guys go to buy at the exchanges, it's not going to affect the spot price of what you're paying. So to me, it scares me because they could eventually change the rules to make it so they have fractional reserves amount of cryptocurrency that aren't actually in there, which means that they will be able to manipulate it again, which is exactly what we're trying to get away from. So everybody's really excited about ETFs and about futures and all these great things, but it's like, it's scary to me. I would love to see the security and efficiency and transparency that we're hoping for, that they promise, but looking at what they're trying to do, I don't think, nah.
So Women of Crypto, we started Women of Crypto last year, right around the time where there was that one big conference, I won't name any names, but it was last November in Miami. There was maybe like 5 women there. The one off-site event was at a strip club. That was our first initial motivation for starting Women of Crypto, and really we are looking to encourage the inclusion of women in the blockchain and crypto space, because we think that at the very beginning of any movement in industry, that's where it matters most. And there's so many opportunities exploding out of this space right now. I think it's super important to get women involved there because they are interested and they do want to get involved, but they don't know how necessarily.
That's a really good question. What has surprised me the most? I think I'm probably surprised that the price didn't crash that much, believe it or not, and that there are still so many people who I would have never expected to be interested in technology before and into this. Like, I would be like, okay, that guy doesn't really care until we have invisible wallets, until we have everything working for the mainstream, and yet I meet so many people that are still actively involved and are just regular people who have learned about all of this. And now they're like I watched the movie 40-Year-Old Virgin, and so in one scene, one of the characters tells one of the virgin dude, who like, you have to plant the seed, man. You can't just go all the way with the girl. You gotta plant the seed first, and then you'll see her later on, and then it blossoms. So like, we planted so many seeds, basically. I think it's gonna be huge, but I think just that people are so excited, and that we're still packing houses after a 68% crash in Bitcoin. That's interesting to me.
When you starting your YouTube channel, do you have any prior production experience?
I studied theater.
Okay.
I studied theater performance, but no, I picked it up on the way. I was recording on my camera driving to work. I've learned it along the way. Slowly, you try. If you're like a technophile like me that has to have the latest stuff, like you obviously, you have a really nice wind cover. Like, I didn't even know what that was like 7 months ago.
It's called a dead cat.
That's right, that's right. That's what it said in the instructions, a dead cat. It's offensive to cats, but you know.
Kind of calming, they're anti-inflammatory. Okay. It's kind of relaxing. You're about to go up on stage, it's good. Yeah. It kind of chills the wired effect of coffee a little bit, so you're still focused but without that jittery feeling.
So it gives all the calming effects of marijuana, but not of
That's a good way to think about it.
banked, I can't function.
Yeah, there's no psychoactive effect, but it does give you that calming effect. We just dropped a large shipment to Firehouse, Fire, H-A-U-S. We're at the Pottery. It's another dispensary. We're at a few nice shops right now. We're getting these together. A lot more is coming very soon.
I'm with a company called Junction. We're a mobile platform that tells you places that accept cryptocurrencies. You can utilize our integrated wallet with it. So you can connect with your Coinbase, connect with other wallets you want, you use it, you earn our token so that you can ultimately use it back to the merchant or send it to you. So think of it as a mashup of Yelp and Venmo. You guys want a chance to win an Ethereum, scan that code. You can put it there too. Any of your viewers can scan that, sign up, you can win an Ethereum from us. So it's just our way to kind of give back, okay?
All right, hey,
thanks guys. Take care.
Nice to meet you.
All right, bye, guys.